I'm ready in case it doesn't work. You can cue that thing now. Thank you. The next honor is bestowed upon a Hollywood screenplay writer whose script best exemplifies the liberties and civil rights that are essential to writers everywhere. By throwing his brilliant light upon Dalton Trumbo's infamous and surreal battle against the Hollywood blacklist, John McNamara has earned the Paul Selvin Award. Thank you. Even back in his college days, John's youthful heart and head conspired to answer the call, period. The call for examination of how it came to be that for even a moment, being the highest paid American screenplay writer incurred shaming and shunning, while our industry town groveled before power-hungry, politically motivated, media-controlling entities. Sound scary? That's a good kind of scary, because it's the truth, in which remembrance of has the power to keep us free, keep setting us free from that kind of tyranny. A scary truth that keeps us vigilant as artists against our world becoming suffocatingly small, losing our right to be an American of descent, to lose the allowance for debate, by threatening to strip away dignity and livelihoods. John McNamara took on our nation's history of panicked and perverted patriotism because the roaring lion that was Dalton Trumbo could never be anyone's sacrificial lamb. John McNamara has crafted such a rich visitation into the id, ego, and heart and soul of the man who is simply known as Trumbo, that he has earned the 2016 Paul Selvin Award tonight and for all of history. John, will you please come out and accept this wonderful award?
To quote Louis C.K., thank you, but I disagree. My family and friends who know that I'm not the most eager public speaker cannot believe that I'm doing this sober, but I said I deeply hope that you're all drunk. Thank you, Diane. I really thank you so much for this award, and I want to thank the whole wonderful cast, including Elle Fanning, Michael Stuhlbarg, Louis C.K., John Goodman, the luminous Helen Mirren, and our beloved, for all the right reasons, Bryan Cranston. And my fellow producers, Michael London, Kevin Kelly Brown, Janice Williams, Nimit Moncad, Shivani Rawat, Monica Levinson, Michelle Graham, my beloved Lori Leeser, an incredible crew, and our godsends, Shiv Hans and Bleecker Street. I want to thank my WME agents, Paul Haas, George Freeman, Roger Green, Jason Spitz, my lawyer, Don Steele, my business manager, Michael Stern. They've represented me for 25 years, which is almost as long as this movie was in development. And to director Jay Roach, leader, stern but loving Zen master, trusted collaborator, and true civil libertarian and friend, this is as much yours as mine, Jay. It really is. He's in a cutting room right now somewhere making another important movie, as he should be. This award is named for an attorney who was general counsel to the Writers Guild, and there is someone who would be especially tickled by it. Another attorney, but one who passed away too soon, but guided me every day of his too short life. My father, Thomas J. McNamara. He was a trial lawyer. Oh, I can actually move these, sorry. I didn't realize I was so tall. He was a trial lawyer who loved to win and a law professor who loved to teach. And for me, he did both one summer afternoon with a pen and a slip of paper. Let me explain. I was 17 years old, and the drama department of my high school in Grand Rapids, Michigan had asked me to write the senior class play. I did, and it was rejected by the class, by the school, for being too dirty. It was not dirty. It was highly derivative, as all early works are, and featured the kind of sophisticated situations I enjoyed in old movies, namely people in love cheating on each other so that hijinks might ensue. When I finally told my dad about the play's rejection, he didn't say a word. Instead, he took out that pen that I mentioned. "How much does it cost to put on a play?" he asked me. I had no idea, so I guessed. $1,000. Out came that slip of paper. It was a check. He scribbled on it, and he made out a check to me for $300. He was very smart. "This is a loan. I expect you to pay it back," he said, explaining he thought $300 could secure a theater and get the ball rolling. I told him I couldn't do it. For starters, how would I raise the remaining $700? "A new play," my father said slowly and patiently, "may interest some. A new play that's been banned for being dirty interests everyone." You just met my dad. Shrewd, loving, bar association brawling Mick motherfucker. The play went on to gross $4,000. The Avatar of high school productions, and to this day, per capita, my most profitable production. Trust me, if Warner Brothers is here, they're going, yeah, oh yeah. What that did was made me a lifetime devotee of disobedience. What my father and Dalton Trumbo both taught me decades apart is that the time to fight is when you think you're helpless, but you know you're right. I'd like to thank several who share that spirit. The family of Trumbo's biographer, the late Bruce Cook, and his widow, Judith Aller. The family of Dalton Trumbo, his youngest daughter, Mitzi Trumbo, daughter-in-law, Nancy Escher, and Karen Fite and her life partner, Nikki Trumbo, all crucial advisors, none more so than Karen and Nikki, who are now two of my closest friends, which is the most cherished award I have. I have to thank my partners in crime, Sarah Gamble and Alexander Cunningham, and everyone who works at our company, Fabrication, and of course, Becky Clements and Marty Adelstein, and two fellow travelers through life's valleys and peaks, my Dawn Patrol ally, Michael Weatherly, and the best and truest huckleberry friend a boy ever had, Dana Delaney. I would like to thank my mom for giving me a rebel heart, my sisters Molly and Maggie for loving that heart, John for bringing joy to my stepmother Stephanie, my stepmother who taught me at a young age good manners by pointing out that the person I most admired had excellent manners. That would be James Bond. Though the license to kill I hope would follow never came, I did know which fork to use tonight and fell into a profession where I occasionally get to wear a tux. Dalton Trumbo is the bravest person I never met. But the bravest person I ever met, I'm also lucky to love and live with. Many of you know her and have worked with her. My wife, Julie. By the way, I was told coming in that if I cried on stage, Aaron Sorkin would take me in the kitchen and beat the shit out of me. And trust me, Aaron, if you're here, I know you can do it. Our son David is 9. Last semester, his teachers asked each student in class to name someone they admired and why. While other kids named presidents, scientists, superheroes, and the princesses from Frozen, David wrote that he admired Dalton Trumbo because he stood up to bullies. Now, David still hasn't seen the movie. It's a little boring for him. But he lived in a house for many years, from toddler to boy, hearing Trumbo this and Trumbo that as the script became a movie. And what he got from it is this: we stand up to bullies, as Trumbo did, as my father did, as I've tried to, as I hope my son will, as we all should now and then, or what's a heaven for. Thank you so much.